I'm not proud of this, but it was real. Payday would hit on Friday. By next Wednesday, my checking was thin, not because I didn't make enough, but because everything landed at once. Rent, utilities, random plans, and I'll save what's left meant nothing was left. That was me. I'll explain how I began to get myself out of this vicious cycle. By the 15th, my bank balance was already nervous. If your paycheck vanishes halfway through the month, these 3 power moves make it last and still let you save. Let's get straight into it. Here's what we'll do today. First, fix timing with a simple bill calendar that matches how you're paid. Second, use the 50-30-20 rule in a way that actually sticks by automating it on payday. Third, pay yourself first, then build sinking funds so that surprises don't ruin your month. The first problem isn't your discipline, it's timing. Many Americans are paid bi-weekly. Others are semi-monthly. Some are weekly, some monthly. The label doesn't matter. Aligning your due dates with your actual paydays does. Start by listing every fixed bill with the due date and the amount. Rent, utilities, internet, insurance, subscriptions, anything that repeats. Now split the big ones across checks. If rent is $1,600 due on the 1st, set aside $800 from each paycheck. If your utilities swing, use an average. If your insurance hits on the 15th, assign it to the paycheck closest to that date. Next, assign every bill to a paycheck. If you're paid on the 1st and the 15th, the first paycheck might carry half of rent, internet, and half of utilities. The 15th might carry the other half of rent, insurance, and subscriptions. The goal is simple. Stop any single paycheck from getting wrecked by one large bill. Create a dedicated bills account. On payday, move the assigned amounts into that account the same day the money arrives. When the bill hits, the cash is already waiting. You don't have to remember, you don't have to scramble, you just follow the calendar. Preparation is your strongest defense. It's amazing what a little bit of forward planning can achieve and how much anxiety it can relieve. Here's a quick walkthrough. Let's say your monthly take-home is $4,000, which is $2,000 per check if you're paid bi-weekly. Rent, let's say that's $1,600, becomes $800 from each check. Utilities, $180 becomes $90 and $90. Internet, $70 gets paid with your first monthly check. Insurance, let's say that's $120, goes with the 15th. Subscriptions total $40, also goes with the 15th. Now both checks carry a fair load. They both feel steady. It's a lot easier to budget when you have clear goals. I know it helped me out a bunch. If a due date can't move, the bills account solves it. Park the half payment as soon as you're paid. When the 1st of the month arrives, you already have the full amount. Timing becomes boring, and boring is good. No surprises, just clear, achievable budgeting goals. The second power budgeting move is the 50-30-20 rule, used in the way it was intended, automatically. 50% for needs, rent, groceries, utilities, transport, minimum debt payments. 30% for wants, dining out, subscriptions, travel, hobbies, the extras that make life enjoyable. 20% for growth, savings, extra debt paydown, and investing. Investing in itself is an exciting subject, but one for another video. Comment below if you'd like to see me make a video on that. With $4,000 of take-home salary in a month, that would be $2,000 for needs, $1,200 for wants, and $800 for growth. But here's the part most people skip. You don't eyeball it, you auto-route it on payday. Set it and forget it. When the paycheck lands, it splits instantly into 3 places. Bills for your fixed costs and due dates, spend for your flexible spending with its own debit card, growth for savings, debt hedging, and investing. Transfers run the day you're paid, every time, without you needing to remember. Automation beats willpower. Because willpower is a terrible accountant. If your needs are above 50%, these 2 steps can help. First, compress wants to 10 or 15% temporarily. That buys you some space. Second, reduce one fixed cost at a time. Call your insurer and ask for a lower premium. Review your phone plan. Trim subscriptions you've outgrown. At lease renewal, examine housing. Small moves stack up. The goal is to glide, not grind. If you want a simple one-pager budgeting tool to plug your numbers into, there's a 50-30-20 worksheet within the ebook linked in the description. Use it once and then let the transfers run on their own. The third move is paying yourself first and building sinking funds. A sinking fund is a dedicated savings pot for anticipated large expenses to avoid debt and budget for major costs. You save small amounts regularly over time to build up a lump sum for predictable events like car insurance, holidays, or major property maintenance. Ensuring you have funds when needed without taking on debt. Treat saving like rent, a fixed dollar amount every single payday. Then fund the irregulars so they don't feel like emergencies. On a bi-weekly paycheck, that might be $400 to growth every check. Then add small sinking transfers each payday, 40 for car maintenance, 20 for gifts, 30 for travel, 10 for annual renewals. When the expense shows up, the cash is already sitting there. Irregular doesn't have to mean surprising. Labels matter. Name every bucket. Bills, spend, growth, car, gifts, travel. A named dollar is harder to waste than a stray dollar. Give it a home, attach to it a reason, and stick to it. Your older self will thank you. That I can guarantee. If impulse buys creep in, use the 48-hour rule for wants. Save the item to a list. Decide in a couple of days' time. If you still want it, it may be worth it. If you forget it, it probably wasn't. You'll be surprised how many purchases are just impulse on autopilot. Many people are paid weekly, so let's break that down. We'll simply use 4 smaller buckets. Divide your pay into your chosen buckets every week. And what about if you're paid monthly? Split your month into weekly checkpoints on your calendar. Do the pay yourself first transfer on day 1. Adjust the numbers, not the method. This channel is built to help, so please leave any questions in the comments, and I'll do my best to reply to every single one. Now let's run a quick month and fast forward. Payday, transfers fire, bills are funded, spend is topped up, growth gets paid first. Week 1, you check 3 numbers: bills balance, spend balance, growth total. Week 2, repeat. Week 3, a car light turns on. Sinking fund covers it. Week 4, travel fund gets a little boost. The month ends, you spent on purpose and still saved. A little bit of restraint creates true freedom. All the numbers can be recorded in the free ebook available via the link in the description of this video. Here are some common snags and quick fixes. I'm paid weekly. Use 4 buckets, same idea. Each bucket will represent a week. You can then divide that bucket accordingly. My needs are 70%. Push wants to 10 or 15% for now, then reduce one fixed bill. I forget transfers. Automate everything payday morning like clockwork. Use the tracking sheet in the free ebook available via the link in the description of this video and stick to the numbers. I hate tracking. Track 3 numbers only: bills, spend, growth. It's as simple as you make it. I got a windfall. Split it 50-30-20 and top up one sinking fund. I have a 5th paycheck this month. On bi-weekly cycles, if this occurs, treat it as growth or top up a sinking fund. I can't cover all commonly asked questions here, so put yours in the comments. I'll be happy to help. Remember this, you don't need a perfect budget. You need a repeatable one. Split big bills so timing stops wrecking your month. Run 50-30-20 on autopilot so saving happens by default. Pay yourself first and fund the irregulars so emergencies become less stressful. If this helped, the ebook and a simple 50-30-20 worksheet are linked below. And remember, financial literacy should be the norm, not the exception. I'll see you in the next one.